Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. In today's video, I wanted to kind of share with you my thoughts on why I think setting up an auto payment process for vast majority of people is not necessarily the best idea. Um, I've found over the last couple of years that people who set up auto payment process tend to face significant challenges in other areas. What do I mean by auto payment process? Auto payment process to me usually refers to pre-authorized payments that are automatically deducted from your either your credit card or your bank account on a monthly basis. While auto payment process can seem like an easy way to automate your bill payments, manage your finances, and make sure everything is streamlined, there's a lot of significant risks that I think a lot of people don't think about when they're setting up these processes. And I think it's worth discussing why those risks exist. First risk that I've often seen with people who tend to set up an auto payment process is um, they set up this process with the intention that there's going to be certain bills coming out of their bank account on a monthly basis. And as we may all know, right, like most times, we often forget what bills are coming out of our account on a monthly basis, right? We may have forgotten that we signed up for that new Amazon account or that new Netflix payment that now comes out of our bank account. Now, if we don't have enough money in that account to be able to cover all the bills that are coming out on a monthly basis, well, guess what? We get charged, overdraft fees and all the additional fees that comes with that, right? So that is a major downside that I think a lot of people often don't think about, especially financial advisors that often suggest that people set up an auto payment process for their banking needs. Is they don't think about that, right? Like that people can often forget what's coming out of their account. And the second challenge that often um, come with setting up an auto payment process for our banking needs is billing error. Some companies might have an issues with their payment process whereby there's an error in the way that they bill you, right? And they might charge you double the amount that you're supposed to pay, or forget to charge you for certain things. In that scenario, in the latter scenario, that might be good for you, but in the former scenario, you might end up paying more than you're willing to pay for something, right? You might have calculated that, okay, I'm only gonna have enough money in my account to be able to cover all the bills, right? This can often lead to overdraft fees because you're not anticipating that additional cost coming out of your account, right? So the third risk of setting up an auto payment process for your bank account is fraud, right? Fraudsters can often come in and set up, steal your financial informations and use it to set up an auto payment process for their bank account, right? um, Leading to them auto paying out of your account directly. Now, if you don't notice that that money is coming out on a monthly basis, you might not necessarily be able to correct it until it's way too late. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of auto payments, challenges, and risk associated with it is, when we set up an auto payment process, it can often make us dependent on that, whereby we're not really um, thinking about what bills are coming out on a monthly basis, and being vigilant and really monitoring our finances on a monthly basis, right? Because everything's just coming out, we've set it up and everything's good to go, right? So we can often take a passive strategy when it comes to managing our finances, which can be good, right? Which is ultimately what that's meant to do. But like the drawbacks is we don't know what we're really spending on a monthly basis. We don't know what's coming in and what's coming out of our account on a monthly basis. So setting up Setting up a monthly payment process or auto payment process can often pose a risk of us, taking a less active approach when it comes. To sum it up, while setting up an auto payment process can be an easy way for us to, automate our payment process. As I hope I've been able to discuss in this video, there are significant risks that we need to think about um, when it comes to what comes in and what comes out of our bank account on a monthly basis, right? It's very important for us to stay updated and to monitor it for fraudulent activities and to monitor it for other financial uh, challenges that could often result from us not taking an active approach to monitoring our finances.